because there's a t squared here, we don't want to cross multiply because we'd multiply it by this and this would give you your t cubed. So what we're going to do is going to find what, the common denominator is. So in order to do that, you're going to need to then factor this denominator right here. So what two numbers multiply to give you 10 but add to give you negative 7? Okay, and that is going to be a negative 5 and a negative 2. Okay, and you can see we already have a t minus 5 over here. Okay, so essentially what you're going to do, and we might as well just look at this now that we've factored this. You can see that your denominator, the denominator, remember, cannot equal 0, so you know that 5 would not be a solution. And also over here, we already have this t minus 5, so t minus 2, if you set it equal to 0 and solve it, you're going to get t cannot equal 2 as well. So here's some restrictions. We want to kind of keep these off to the side as we're doing the rest of this problem. Okay, now I'm going to just kind of cross this out because I'm going to replace it and think of it as t minus 5, t minus 2 multiplied together. Okay. So let's go ahead and multiply both sides by the common denominator, which would be t minus 5 over t times the quantity t minus 2. We can put that over 1 if we want. You can put that around parentheses. Do the same thing over here. You're going to have multiply this side by t minus 5 and t minus 2. Okay, so now we're going to simplify. We can cancel out the t minus 5s over here. And it's going to leave you with 2t times t minus 2. So we can go ahead and distribute that through, and you're going to get 2t squared minus 4t. And that's going to equal, we come over here, we can cancel out t minus 5 and the t minus 2. And that leaves you with 30. Much nicer, right? So 2t squared minus 4t. It's a quadratic equation. We need to move that 30 over. We subtract it from both sides. And you can see you can divide everything here by 2. You don't have to, but it makes it a lot easier. I recommend it highly. Remember, anytime you have an equation, you can do that pretty easily. And now you have a simple factor. What two numbers multiply to give you a negative 15, but adds to give you 2, negative 2. So we have 1 times 15, 3 times 5. Good. So it's going to be a negative 5 and a positive 3. That multiplies to give you a negative 15. And then the middle terms give you a negative 5t and a positive 3t, which gives you negative 2t. Good. So now you set each of these equal to 0. We get t equals 5 and t equals a negative 3. And we see that we know that t cannot equal a negative 5. That was one of our restrictions. So it cannot equal that value, so it's just t is a negative 3.